Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have you guys all here, both old and new subscribers alike. Okay, we have the sage going. Hermit. Why? Hold on. Let me shuffle. I'm just gonna go straight into it today. Let's see. What's this Hermit here for? The moon. Actually, the moon came out in reverse. Okay, I'm getting a lot from that, but I'm gonna pull one more card before I even say a word. I just saw the Fool card pop up there, and that confirmed what I was thinking. You're like, what are you thinking to say? I know, hold on, let me just pull one more card. That's interesting because I was instantly getting that message the moment I hit record. Why are people trying to play you for an idiot? I just got like hit in the face with that message. It's like someone's trying to play you for a fool. Somebody was trying to play you for a fool. Why are people underestimating you? Two of Cups in reverse. That doesn't have to be romantic. With the Eight of Cups and the Devil in reverse. Ish. With the Devil in reverse and with the Devil in reverse here, the Moon card in reverse here, the Two of Cups in reverse here, and the Eight of Cups which signifies walking away from something. This is like, you know, the cat's out of the bag kind of energy. Is this device crooked again? I mean, I can't win. I'm sorry. I do this like every reading. Oh boy. We don't need the barking right now. If you just noticed a weird pause in momentum, I am sorry. I had to stop the video and then ultimately re-edit the video and piece two pieces together because my dogs were barking way too much. And then I realized it's because the gardener was outside. And I had to go out and have a little talk with him because I was told that his son passed away on Friday, and that broke my heart. Son was only 24 years old and got in a motorcycle accident 6 months ago, but was in the hospital, you know, from then and, you know, until Friday. His body, you know, couldn't handle the severity of what happened. It was very sad. And ultimately I had to take some time to cleanse my energy again, etc., because I didn't want to bring that energy into what I was picking up here, because that's always a tough thing to talk about, you know. But we are back. Isn't it crazy how that can happen where you're watching this all in one piece, right? You're watching this all in one piece, so you don't even realize that. And I feel like that's also part of the message, which I believe it or not, how, you know, you're watching this all in one piece. So no time has passed for you. Nothing has changed for you other than the fact that I just told you what transpired. But between that moment and right now, a good 35 minutes has passed. And a lot of events and a lot of different conversations happened. I feel like, you know, everything to me is an omen. It's, you know, a lot of things happening behind the scenes here. However, they are going to be exposed. That's why, you know, when you get the Moon card are things that are hidden beneath the surface, like well deep beneath the surface. Deep feelings, it could be deception, honestly. It could be lies and deceit. It can. lies that are hidden, things done in the dark. It absolutely can be that, okay? But when it's in reverse, that is exposed, that is released. The moon card could also be deep fears. When it's in reverse, it is released. The devil card is also here in reverse. When the devil is upright, it's anything dark. It could be ego, it could be dark energy, it could be also deceptive energy. But when it's in reverse, it's you passing that, surpassing that. That dark energy, whatever that difficult situation is being released. There's a very big element of release here, especially with the Eight of Cups here, which means no longer, you know, staying in a situation that's not good for you, or where all this devil energy and all of this deceit and all of this, you know, things beneath the surface kind of thing, you know, that kind of thing, you know, leaving all that behind and walking away, leaving the shattered glass there and just walking away. With the Two of Cups in reverse, and I don't even read reversals, but I was told to this time. This is either a relationship that failed, but the Two of Cups does not have to be a relationship. The Two of Cups is just a partnership of any kind. It could be a partnership with a community. It could be a partnership between you and a friend. It could be a partnership between you and an institution. I mean, it's a partnership of some sort. In reverse, with the Moon card, you see something was exposed about this relationship. Something was exposed about this entity, so to say. I'm going to say, whether it's a person, a friend, a group, whatever the case may be, that made you say, I'm parting ways. I'm parting ways. I'm walking away from this, because there's a lot here that's done in the dark. There's a lot here that's hidden. There's a lot here that's an illusion. There's a lot of devil energy. But it's devil energy that is devil energy that's not blatant. Okay, is what I'm getting, especially with that Moon card. This is deceit and lies. Period. When I have the devil, I mean, I'm gonna break this down, don't worry. But this is deceit and lies, period. Not in the way that a Seven of Swords would imply. The Seven of Swords is like a thief, someone that lies and is very overt about it, right? Whoa, what was that? Sorry. The Moon and the Devil, though, is deceit and lies, but with a facade in front of it, okay? Right? Whereas I look good, I smell good, I act good, but I don't handle things right. I don't, you know, it's like, exactly that. It looks one way, but it's a manipulative energy. It's a manipulative energy, right? Just because, you know, there's two types of aggression, for example. Someone could punch you in the face, or someone could be the type to gossip and triangulate, right? To the outside world, the person that punched somebody in the face, they're instantly looked upon as an aggressor. But it takes a longer time for people to recognize when it's the other way, when it's someone that's being passive aggressive or somebody that triangulates and manipulates. It's harder for people to see that person as someone equally as toxic or even more, you know, vile and aggressive, because it's done with a facade. And that's unfortunate. But that's what I'm seeing here. It's you being urged to walk away from a situation like that, or this is telling me that you already did. The Hermit card being the first card, you know, the first card is always the most significant. What's interesting is the Hermit means like keeping to yourself, keeping silent, keeping quiet. But this tortoise's head is starting to poke out. Like it's just about ready to poke out and come out of that hermit mode, that hermit energy, that isolation, that biting your tongue. With the dogs barking in the background, that's just confirmation. You're just about to pop your head out and say, I see what's been exposed. I see the truth here. I'm no longer going to keep silent about it. I feel like something similar came out in the last reading I uploaded. See, this tortoise has a lantern on the top of it. I've always loved that image. I still have my great-grandmother's, the kerosene lamps. I still have my great-grandmother's from the 1800s. Isn't that crazy? I sure do. Was it my it was my great-great-grandmother's. I still have it. I've never tried to turn it on, but it's all around still intact. That's what they used to use, you know, they didn't have electricity, whatever the case may be. Or, you know, to light up. They didn't have lamps, whatever. That's what they used to use in the 1800s in many places with kerosene oil. But that to me is indicative of, again, turning on the light. You're illuminated. You're illuminated. You're seeing the truth. The truth is being exposed. You're realizing that there's a facade here, that somebody's wearing a facade. Something is not as it seems. Somebody is more concerned about keeping appearances. Okay? Than actually working together with you. Right? Or they kept, at some point, kept the relationship with you more for conveniences. More for some kind of benefit. That's why I get the devil card. Possibly finances. That devil has a giant pentacle on his forehead. And this could relate to so many things. This could be love. This could even be work. This could be an omen that, in regards to the fact that there's about to be a mass layoffs and you don't even know about it. And it's about to be unveiled. I need more information. I need more information on this. What's this about? You are being encouraged not to stay in hermit mode, though. You are being encouraged to walk away from something. Remember, this could be past, present, or future. I'll see what else comes out in this reading. Okay? This could be happening, has happened, or is to happen. Let me clarify. What is this hermit here for? Whoa. Come on. Come on, come on. Queen of Shells is the Queen of Cups in this deck. And this deck has words. She is called, and it fell with this card that says signals. She is called in this deck the empath. What does it mean to be an empath? An empath is somebody that connects with the energy of others. So you have a gift, even though you haven't been saying anything, to see right through other people's bullshit. That's what's happening here, okay? And I think that partially what you are feeling about this person or this situation is because you're an empath. That was your signal that something was not right, that there was some kind of lie, some kind of deceit here. The divine is telling you to trust your intuition, okay? They're also telling me the Queen of Shells, the Queen of Cups, is known as, she's very nurturing, she's very kind. She's very nurturing, she's very kind. And therefore, you possibly dealt with a lot more than you should have. Okay? As the Hermit. But you can't just be the Hermit dealing with something that you know is not right, or there's something off about a situation, because you as an empath absorb all that energy, absorb all of that information, and it ultimately affects you. I need a card for the moon. Hold on. Why is this moon here? What's being exposed here? What secret is being exposed? The moon is also, I don't know if I said the word secret. It's a secret. It's a secret being exposed. What's the secret? Four of Wands, which is the Four of Roses in this deck. Here it says respect in this deck. The Four of Wands in the traditional tarot is all about stability, home, family, community in that sense. It's the only card that specifically has something to do with family and your home, though, and your stability in that department, okay? Your marriage, you know, things like that. Your children, your home environment, whether it's your community, you know, or your actual home, okay? What I'm getting here is that you're starting to recognize some deceit and some lies about a situation or something, okay? And the divine is encouraging you to demand respect. Don't just be the empath. Don't just be the Queen of Cups. It's nurturing and kind and put a smile on and then go into your shell, okay? I keep hearing that you need to demand respect. Because there's somebody here with this Devil card that feels like they can get away with things when it comes to you in particular, okay? They feel like they can get away with things when it comes to you in particular. They don't realize, especially as an empath, just how much you know, just how much you can sense, just how much information you have picked up or you recognize about them or the situation. They are underestimating you. They feel she's a hermit, she's an empath, you know, let her be emotional. She's not gonna say anything. Let's just, you know, pull, you know, the wool over her eyes kind of situation. But they don't realize your strength and your power. And this is either already happened, about to happen. You're going to be put in a situation where you have to demonstrate who the F you are, okay? In the most respectful fashion, whether by walking away from the situation with the Eight of Cups here, demanding respect in a situation, making it clear from the beginning, I'm going to nip this in the bud. I see it for what it is, and I'm not okay with this, okay? This could be an omen in regards to that. The moment that you see some kind of deceit, some kind of, especially in a family situation, some kind of disrespectful behavior, some kind of BS, some kind of putting things being put under the rug, whatever the case may be, some kind of passive, we did talk about, passive aggressive tendencies. Whenever you see that, you are being called to demand respect off the bat, okay? Not to go into hermit mode, to say, I'm not okay with this. End of story. Because if you do not, that devil will not be in reverse. It will just continue to grow and not just affect you, but affect a whole community of people, I'm saying that because, again, a whole community of people. Because if this is a relationship, this person's going to continue to do it to other people, or it's going to affect the community of people, because I said this card also relates to family, But we're talking about you, you have to show whatever this is about. Again, you need to demonstrate that you are to be respected, because in a way, you are being disrespected sneakily. With the moon card here, you are being disrespected sneakily, okay? Whether that means people talking behind your back, or like I said, someone acting like everything's okay on the outside, but throwing little jabs, or, acting like they're listening, but they're really not. Whatever this is, you're being called to action. Wands are very much so also an action card, an action suit. Okay? Out of respect for your stability, out of respect for your home, out of respect for your union, out of respect for whatever union you're trying to grow, out of respect for your values, out of respect for your morals, out of respect for the community, whatever this is, you are being called to expose, with this moon in reverse, whatever secrecy is going on here, directly. What's this Two of Cups in reverse here for? You know what's at the book? What's at the bottom? The Ten of Roses, which is the Ten of Wands, which means stress. It literally says stress. Having the weight of the world on your shoulders, right? Feeling like something is a lot to bear. The Four of Pentacles says possessiveness. So somebody controlling. So you could have been in a relationship where you felt very stressed, or you could be, because someone's demonstrating signs of possessiveness. If that is your particular case, okay, this is a reminder. Don't forget that you're an empath. And don't forget that every kind of behavior that you see in the beginning or in the middle, okay, in a relationship, they're going to show you glimpses, but what you accept will always grow. You walk away when you realize that there is no change, okay? Because people make mistakes. But you got to nip things in the bud. If you're in some kind of connection and somebody demonstrates that they're being possessive or controlling, that's a red flag that you are not to ignore. We are not to ignore any red flags in 2024 and beyond. You're going to say that this connection is done. You're not dealing with this. I'm not, okay? Make it clear. That person will either come back and make a change, and that change has to be maintained from that moment on. And if it's not, you can't just warn. The biggest mistake you can do is warn somebody, leave, block them, and then in 2 months, go, once you make it a cycle, they will never respect you. Ever. respect you, okay? Ever. Like, you have to set the tone now of what you're willing to accept and not accept. Whether this is a relationship, a romantic relationship, a connection, whatever the case may be, okay? Because you are an empath. Like I said, you will carry the stress and the weight of all of this person or this, whatever this is, toxicity and what it's causing to you. You don't deserve that. So again, if you want, there is a potential for a lot of stability here, whatever the case may be, but you have to make it clear what your boundaries are, okay? From the beginning. Because people will push their boundaries, especially, I mean, you know, their limits to see how far they can go. Even it's natural in humans. It's natural in humans, whether we want to accept that or not. I mean, look at children. Look at children. Anyone that's a mother out here, or anyone that's ever interacted with a child can clearly see that children will test their limits just to see how far they can go, just because, okay? Like, they just do it. And then we as adults or as parents, if we want to be good parents, we have to show them no, right? So that it doesn't happen again. Monsters are created when they're not told no. You know what? That applies to adults too. That applies to adults as well. Okay? That applies to adults. It does. Sometimes, you know, again, if someone's being controlling and possessive, that could be a toxic trait that can become abusive, right? And if somebody's abusive, trust me, you will know, because if you try to set this limit, if it's too early to tell, eventually they're gonna do it again. You gotta go. You cannot, like I said, once you create a cycle, like, it's done for you. I gotta keep it real. You are wasting your time. You are wasting your time because you are choosing to be in a trauma bond. That's gonna continue to be a trauma bond, okay? Same as children. People are naturally inclined to see how much they can get away with in certain, you know, not in the same sense, in different ways. Everybody's different. In different ways, they're gonna push. They're gonna push in different ways. And it might be little things at first. Let me tell her I'm gonna come home at 10, but I show up at 10:15. That's nothing, it's just 15 minutes. See if she's gonna say anything. She doesn't say anything. Then it's 10:30, then it's 11, then it's midnight. I'm gonna tell her I'm gonna call, and then I don't call. Let's see if she's gonna, you know, check me, put me in my place. Or if she's gonna let it slide. Then it's 2 calls, then it's 3, then it's 4. And then you know what happens? When you get real mad and you explode because they did it 6 or 7 times, they're going to then turn it around on you and say, why are you acting crazy? Why are you being a psychopath? I've been doing this for months. You never had a problem. You have a problem now. You're just picking on me, and they're gonna turn it around on you. And that is when you realize that they're a manipulative person and you allowed it to happen. So again, you have to nip things in the bud to see if they are willing, okay? If they are truly willing to have something stable and respectful with you, they will honor your boundaries and respect you from the beginning. Do not fold. That's what I'm being told. That is what I'm seeing here. But I'm also seeing a situation, and this is not just about, that was just one example, where someone is deliberately, it could be, like I said, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be an institution. It can be, you know, a business, you know, like keeps trying to get away with things, you know, to make more money, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like, this can apply. I want you to apply this as an intuitive exercise in whatever way it applies in your life. This is just an energy. However this is, there's an element of whatever or whoever this is getting away with a lot for a while. You know, and they do it like nobody notices it. And you are being called to put your foot down. What's the 8 of Cups here for? The 8 of Cups, like I said, is walking away from something. Hold on. Okay, what's this? 2 of Oh yeah, well, this confirms what I'm saying. The Two of Wands, it says crossroads. It's crossroads. The Two of Wands here says crossroads, right? Meaning you're at a point where you have to make a decision. You're at a point where you're contemplating what I should or should not do depending on somebody's response or somebody's behavior. And that confirms the Eight of Cups, whether or not, depending on how somebody approaches a situation is going to be the defining factor whether or not you're going to walk away. So if you're in this energy, you are in the right energy. If you are not in this energy, this is the energy that you need to be in when handling this situation, because this devil has to be flipped upside down. This devil cannot have control. This devil cannot have control. Okay? This devil energy cannot have control here. Okay? Because this is also the element of, for a very long time, whatever this is, was used to not handling things correctly and everybody just staying quiet about it, with the Moon card and the Hermit, right? Nobody ever questioned them or threatened to walk away or threatened to take something away from them. You understand? For a very long time. And that can't be. It's like think of a world without laws. It's not how it works. There's a reason why speeding tickets exist, right? For example, first you get a warning. You do it enough times, they're gonna take your license. You're gonna get your license suspended. Why do you think those kind of things happen? Because someone needs to demand respect one way or another. Or else the devil, in this case, that analogy that I gave you, the devil would be your desire to speed. Being on top of the law will never end. You will just start wanting to speed more and more. Next thing you know, you're racing in the middle of the street. You know what I mean? Like, this is how humans work. But I'm getting like, this could be like a whole community of people, or just you and one person. If it's a whole community of people, it could be like, if you're dating someone, they're siblings, right? And the person you're dealing with. Your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, the people that your romantic interest is communicating with on a regular basis that you have a problem with. It could be a school. It could be anything where they're involved in some kind of partnership here. Okay, I want you to know that. Especially, the reason I mentioned the school example is because it could also be Four of Wands is home. Anything that involves, doesn't have to be, but especially if it involves like your family life. Or your foundation, your stability in that department. Your home, your family, your, all that. So something needs to be communicated, right? Like, I'm at a crossroads and I'm gonna walk away because I'm not gonna allow this possessiveness or this stress. And maybe you are the one that needs to expose this moon, this devil. You have to maybe expose this by ending something, by walking away, telling someone why you're ending it, why you're thinking of ending it. And instead of being a hermit, be direct. Be direct. Be very direct as to why, and demand respect, because the situation needs it. Now, you know what? It's not always, sometimes it's scary for us to, you think you don't like conflict, you don't want to engage in conflict, but a lot of times, situations like this are the best thing that could have ever happened to somebody. I've heard of many stories where men that are messing up never settle down with a woman, and they finally marry that one woman that did exactly what I'm telling you, that said no. You know who somebody, Steve Harvey gave an example like that, right? How he was fooling around, he was cheating, he was doing it, and his wife, his current wife, was the only person that said, we're not doing that. Bye, you know? And that's ultimately the person that he stayed with. Not sure if he's a great example. Well, he's a good guy. He had a couple marriages though and stuff, but he's a good guy. Because what I'm saying is not everybody, and they actually, well, then he's a perfect example. Another person that is that comes to mind with an example like that, I don't know if you ever heard, he gives a lot of like relationship advice. He has a book, his name is Tony Gaskins, right? I like him, I do. But he gives that example too, where he was all over the place, but his wife was the only one to say, when they were dating, we're not doing this because you're disrespectful, you know? And it helped him change his life. It's the same as a child. A child would not stop until you say, excuse me. Like, hell no. Like, even my daughter, heck. She had a week where she didn't want to wake up for school. It was always a stress in the morning. She got to school late 2 times that week. And then I said, you know what? Every time that you're late, I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to fight. I'm taking all of your devices. It's a consequence. I only had to say it once. It never happened again. But what happened if I didn't give a consequence? That could have turned into a pattern of her not wanting to wake up. And then next thing you know, she's a teenager. Next thing you know, she's failing school. Next thing you know, she's irresponsible at work when she's in her 30s. You know, that's how we operate. That's what I see here. Somebody needs to be stopped. Somebody needs the illusion to be ripped off. Somebody needs the illusion exposed, because they've been getting away with a lot of things. They've been operating a certain way for way too long. And I think, especially now that I think about it with the 4 of Wands, because that always gives me a sense of community. Also makes me feel like, on top of that, they're also used to having like a herd of sheep around them. Is that what you say? Herd sheep? A herd of sheep? Herd? Is it herd? It's not a group of sheep, it's herd, right? Oh my God, I need to go back to fucking first grade. Oh, excuse my language. I need to go to first grade. Jeez. Because there have been a lot of people around them that are empaths or hermits. You know, that's so interesting to me, because that they're giving me that message, because looking at this card, it confirms that for me, right? It's such an interesting image. Like, this is the Wild Unknown Tarot deck, by the way, right? Like, they could have just illustrated this like this, right? I'm covering the top, which is a tortoise. He can see, but his head's not poked out all the way, right? Like, why'd they put that lantern on the top, right? I know why, because in the traditional tarot, the Hermit card has the lantern. He's up in a mountain. I know why. But think about it. Think about it, right? What I'm seeing from that, the Hermit's also the number 9. So to me, the number 9 is always a step away from doing something, or a step away from completion, a step away from someone completing something, right? Just one step. What I'm getting from this is, you know, with that light on top, is that actually a lot of people around this person that you've been dealing with, whatever this is, a lot of people in their life are actually aware of the truth that you're discovering, are aware of this person's behavior, whatever, however this resonates. And they sit there like a tortoise with a lantern on top, clear as day because it's lit, right? Seeing it straight on. Look at him right there. But don't do anything. They don't command respect. They don't want to deal with the stress. Right there, 10 of Wands, 10 of Roses, stress. They don't want to deal with the stress. They don't have the BALLS to. And the divine needs you to have the BALLS, because this person may be acting like this, or what, you know, however this relates to you. Again, I keep saying that because I want this to be an intuitive exercise, because it might not be a person, so to say. It could be a whole institution for all I know, right? I want you to take it as it resonates. This person acts this way. I'm just gonna say person. But like I said, they have a herd of sheep around them. What does that mean? They just blindly follow, blindly follow. They're all aware, but they blindly follow, and they have gotten used to that behavior. And what does that cause? That knowing that nobody was gonna walk away, nobody was gonna expose what goes on behind the scenes, that keeps the devil upright, in power, and also financially abundant. Look at that pentacle on his forehead. It keeps him in power. I just looked up and my father just sent me a text message, but it wasn't for me. Because his message right now, and that's an omen, that's why I'm saying it to you, because I just looked up to the device and then it, like, the top of the screen, it just showed it, and then it went away. He said, I'm in therapy. I'm already at therapy. Physical therapy. He needs to do physical therapy because he had a surgery on his shoulder. You know, oh, and he has, my father was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease a couple months ago. So mandatory therapy, but I'm not in the United States right now. It's part of the reason why I want to go back, by the way. I don't know, this is a side note. I always talk about my personal things. I mean, I shouldn't share too much, but my parents are getting older and they've both been diagnosed with some health things, and I don't feel right being away from them like that, you know? They're fine right now, but I cannot tell you that in a couple of years that's the case, and I wouldn't be able to live with being away. Even though, like, again, I always say this is not the right time. I don't know. I'm literally trusting God to help this move happen, because it is, you know? And that might be a side omen for you, by the way, right? Like, everything around me tells me this is not the right time, like, because financially, and I didn't have enough time to plan it, and it's more than I can even chew. Everything's up, but there's also something in me that says, no, this is the right time, and it's gonna work itself out. So just do what you gotta do. So I want you to know, side note, this is an omen, follow that advice. Because I didn't just share that for no reason, okay? I didn't just share that for no reason. Don't let that fear get in the way. But him just sending that, I have to, and you know, damn it, I don't know if I should stop this and message my mom, because he meant to tell my mom that he's in therapy, because she meets him there. Whatever, I'm gonna just finish this and text him in 10 minutes. I'm gonna give it 10 more minutes, because he'll still be in there, so she knows to go meet him, because he thinks he texted. Because me and my mom's first name start with the same letter on the phone. Yikes. Anyway, but the fact that just happened, sorry, is because I saw that as an omen. He texted the wrong person, and I got that energy here. It's like somebody is underestimating you. They think that you're one of the sheep. They don't know who you are. You're not, but you're not one of the sheep. If this is someone you're dating, you gotta let them know, I am not like your ex, or your other ex, or your ex-wife. I am not that person. I'm not dealing with A, B, C, D, E. If they dealt with it, that's great. That's why you ended up separated. I'm not doing it, so it's gonna be up to you if you're gonna make a change. It's something like that. But again, I'm giving you the I keep reminding you that it doesn't have to be one particular person. It could be a community of people. It could be family members. It could be an institution. The fact that my dad just texted me from an actual institution right now, like he's at a hospital, a physical therapy building, whatever the heck, a medical building, is an omen. Also, I take everything as an omen, right? So it could be a community of people, because like I said, it's like this, whatever this is, whatever the center of this is used to having sheep all around, just walking and walking, but there's never a freaking wolf, right? Doesn't mean not a wolf in a bad way. You don't have to be like, growling and aggressive, but you gotta be a little bit, you have to be sort of aggressive in the sense that you gotta be to the point. I mean, sheep are scared of wolves, you know what I mean? So that's what I meant by that. Wolves work together with their own community. They stick together in packs, They get things done. They care about their community. They care about their pack. They're also not to be effed with by any means. Something like that. Something like that. I don't mean wolf as in like wolf in sheep's clothing kind of thing. That's not what I was going for when I said that. It's not what I was going, that's not the energy I was going for. No. And this is either, the Eight of Cups is you either saying you're going to walk away or actually taking something away from this person or this thing. Like, I'm going to take something away from you so that you can learn not to be the devil. Now that what's happening behind the scenes, the secrecy is exposed. You're not working in my benefit. You're not working like a Two of Cups. You're not working in a true partnership here. So I'm going to have to take something away or walk away or take something away until this devil is reversed and gotten rid of. Don't play with me, don't play with me, don't play with me. I feel like you're ultimately going to be admired for that. Because like I said, there's so many sheep around, but they're all aware. That's the energy I'm getting, like they're all aware. It's like they don't have the BALLS. And so they're silently like almost wishing that somebody like you would come along to show up this way, or maybe they won't understand it immediately, but it'll be very clear, it would become very clear very quickly that your course of action or what's going on is for respect and for the greater good. I don't see you losing in the situation at all. If you're resonating with this, you're resonating with this. So I feel like even though I'm not being specific exactly, because this could be a lot of things, I feel that whoever I'm talking to, this is reaching your heart. Like, it's like I'm talking to you directly. You know exactly what I'm saying. You're not going to be at a loss here. Because, this might cause some kind of stress. Having to do this, having to say these things or whatever, or having to walk away or take something away might actually cause some stress. In the same way, and as an analogy, whenever I give a consequence to my daughter, I hate it, but I still do it. And I don't show her my weakness, Like inside, I'm like, I just want to give her the world. I just want to spoil her. I love her. She's my baby, I want to give her device. Mommy, please, I want my iPad back. I just want to just give her the iPad. Mommy, please, the tears. I want my iPad. Please. You feel so bad, but then you have to like swallow that and say no. That's like no. You can't break. You can't fold. So I know that this may be causing you some stress, but if it gives you any solace, or this is going to be not only work out in your benefit, but I see something about it also benefiting others, like for the greater good, including this own person. This person needs to learn some lessons. This person has been operating this way for way too long. And when somebody operates in a dysfunctional way for way too long without being stopped, it can affect so many people. That's why I keep getting the message of like community. That's what they're trying, that's the energy. I'm trying to interpret it. That's what it is. Because let's say, again, if it's a person that you're dating or somebody that you're with, this behavior, the way that they're showing up, has possibly hurt every person in their life. Siblings, exes, you name it. It may even, or even relationships as in like their friendships, right? If this is an institution, like my doctor's at a physical therapy office, right? If they're doing something under the table that's not right, and everybody knows no one's saying anything. Think of all the people that are going to that facility that are getting affected by these people's negligence because no one has said anything. You understand? That's why I'm saying I keep getting the energy of like a community. It could be something like that. This person has never been stopped. No one has said, in the analogy of the medical center, no one has ever threatened this person as the Eight of Cups. This is just an analogy. I'm going to report you, okay? And have you potentially lose your license. That's an example of the Eight of Cups. I'm going to report you and have you potentially lose your license because there are things hidden here, things that are not right. That is the only way to get the devil in reverse for the greater good of you and this person and everybody. Give me a card for the devil. In reverse. Whoa, wait. Then. Whoa. Look. And then triumph. Look at that. Yep. The devil in reverse. What do we got? We got the Three of Wands. We got a lot of wands here. A lot of wands. Wands are about passion, action, passion, action, passion, action, passion, action, all over this reading. Respect, stress, crossroads, like, and this is also, this is a progression. We go from the Two of Wands to the Three of Wands, the Two of Roses to the Three of Roses. You go from a crossroads to an actual opportunity, okay? You go from being at a crossroads to an actual opportunity. You saying, I'm walking away, or I'm taking something away from you, progresses into the opportunity for this devil energy, this whatever's happening to, you allow you allow the opportunity for that to be released. Then we have the Four of Cups and the Ace of Wings. The Four of Shells is the Four of Cups. The Ace of Wings is the Ace of Swords. The Four of Cups here says reevaluation. And the Ace of Swords says triumph. Can't make it up. By you approaching this in this manner, this person or this, whatever this is, has an opportunity to reevaluate, to then ensure triumph. Period. You are going to lead someone or something to reevaluate. Reevaluate being the devil, honey. That's what you're doing. I'm giving you an opportunity to reevaluate being the devil right now, basically. And you're going to end up winning in this situation. You are going to end up a winner. You are going to have triumph. And the Ace of Wings, the Ace of Swords is all about a new beginning that is clear as day. Swords signify clarity, your mind, clear communication, being direct, Cutting out things from the past that don't serve you so that you can have a new beginning with a different mindset. That's what the Ace of Wings, the Ace of Swords is. And it says triumph, and you're going to have triumph in that. Someone's going to have an opportunity to reevaluate. Dude, it could literally be something like I said in regards to, like my dad being like me, like threatening to remove somebody's license because maybe you're a nurse and you're seeing your fellow coworker doing something like that can literally affect people's lives. Honey, go say something. Give this person an opportunity to reevaluate some things and actually go ahead with the report so that their license could be reevaluated, okay? And you can start over, everyone's clear. That can be something else, see something, say something. I don't play with that. There's so many people that do things that are wrong and people just don't want the stress and they don't say anything. I've never been one of those people. I have never been one of those people. Honey, I am #1 advocate. If I see you do something wrong to a human or a child or an animal, I'm not going home and staying quiet. I'm not doing it. And I want you to, the divine wants you to apply that. Well, again, if this is a relationship or whatever the case may be, this could have something to do with children. We have the 6 of Cups here. It could be someone from the past. It could be something that has to do with children or childhood. Now we have the Justice card. Trying to bring justice to a situation, making something right, bringing some changes. A Hierophant is a number 5 card. 5 signifies change. Having somebody follow the rules. The Hierophant is a set of protocol, rules, making something clear. This is not to be accepted. This is how you should operate. We need justice in this situation. Justice needs to be served. Or I'm not dealing with it. Because I am not just an empath, I also demand respect. I'm not just the Queen of Cups, nurturing, loving, and all that. I also demand respect. I also demand respect, and you will receive it. You will receive your justice. You will receive your triumph. You will receive everything that you seek, even if it seems like a little bit of turmoil in the beginning. I say that, why? Because the Hierophant card in this deck is like the back of it, the background image looks like the Tower card. It's dark, there's lightning, but you're coming through like a tower with that key. The key to justice is given to you. The key to justice is being given to you. The key to justice is being given to you. The master key. The master key. The master key. The master key. With the 6 of Cups, again, this could be something in regards to children, childhood, or we see family. Look at all those roots. Like I said, it's also the card that signifies the past. This could be something that somebody is used to doing all the time. They have a history. The 6 of Cups could be like a history. They have a history of doing things like this, of doing, no one has said, stop. A change needs to be made here. Whether because they're sheep, or whether because they don't, or whether because they're sheep, or they just don't have the right information or knowledge or awareness to even catch on to it. That's possible. Sometimes people are just, not that they're ignorant, that's a condescending thing to say if you say it in a condescending way, but you could say someone's ignorant and not be condescending, meaning they don't mean to not know, how to advocate. They just they don't have the right information. They don't have the right tools to know any better. It could be like a language barrier. So if there's a language barrier and someone's saying something wrong, are you going to know that something wrong is being said? No. It's, that is what the connotation of the word ignorance that I'm saying, that I'm trying to share with you. Could be. Right? Like, let's say you see something wrong is going on It could be the example. I'm going to go back to, I always pick one analogy and stick with it because it's easier. Then you apply it to your life. Let's say you see something wrong going on in a medical office. Maybe somebody, this has been going on around, for a long time because nobody even knows that it's possible to report them, for them to lose their license. You don't even know how to do that. No one, coincidentally, that information has been hidden from a lot of people. It's something like that. But you have the information, so use that information and bring justice to the situation. This isn't going to end up well, though, for you. It's going to end up well for you and ultimately for a lot of people. You're going to help a lot of people indirectly also. Well, directly and indirectly. Okay? By making sure, anytime that you remove a devil, honey, everybody wins. Period. And in this justice card, what's standing out to me is two cats, identical. One's black, one white. Right? It could be, I'm interpreting that as like making things very black and white. What does it mean when someone says make things black and white? It means making it clear, which is what I said before, like having a protocol, making it clear. No confusing roots with a whole bunch of energy and none of that. Clarity. This is clear as day. We spoke about this. It needs to be like this. It needs to be like this. Right? Like nothing else. Right? If this is happening with an institution, I am saying that because the Hierophant could also signify an institution. This could be some kind of racial inequality that's going on somewhere. And you're seeing it happen. Who told you to sit back and be okay with that? Advocate. Right? Advocate for that if you need to. If you see something, say something about it. Don't be that person to just sit back. Too many people do that on this planet, and that is partially why there's so many things wrong. Because we are led to believe that we are not as powerful as we actually are. We matter. Our voices matter. They do. That's just like a side thing. There's so many things that this can relate to. Anything else you want to say? Well, hold on. Hold on. There's so many wands. 7 of wands now. The 7 of wands is, again, is creating a boundary. It's just clarifying everything. By having that wand on fire and speaking the truth and sharing the truth, you are creating a boundary. You're protecting yourself from allowing any of that, standing your ground, basically. See how that wand, it almost stands out to me, is there. That's like you, right? And here are the sheep. There you are walking through with that fire, that passion. And all the sheep kind of just like stand back, and you're there like to say what you have to say. That's who you need to be. Like, go ahead. You guys want to stand back and not say anything? Fine. I'm going to be clear. Or, people in your past didn't say anything. 6 of Cups. I'm going to be that light. I am. Because I want this to work. Because I want this to work between me and you. Or because I care. Because this matters to me. And if it doesn't change, I'm going to walk away. That's it. Or I'm taking something away, or I'm doing it, whatever. Something like that. Oh, yeah. Hold on, what else? But I'm going to pull from this card, this deck. Hold on. Let me try to pick it up here. Hold on. I don't know why I just put that one back. Like that was meant to come out. Okay. Letting go, releasing, hold on. Releasing the past can seem like a challenge, but it can also be liberating. Your angels will help you let go so that you can fly higher than ever before. Endings always herald new beginnings. Choose to allow the situation to lead you to a more joyful life. Change your life by changing your thoughts, yes. But I'm also, how I'm interpreting this is that whatever you do is going to cause some kind of an ending. There's ending here all over the place, but it's going to be an ending that's going to bring a new beginning in a good way. Okay? As I said that, I just split it, and it's a new beginning. As I said it. My God, yeah. You're at the beginning of a wonderful journey. There's no need to have any fear as guardian angels walk beside you every step of the way. You have unique gifts to offer the world if you will just free yourself from that which holds you back. New opportunities will present themselves if you truly believe. Yes. You know, I was gonna mention this. I don't like to call people out on my channel, but listen, if I have to, I have to. I literally responded to somebody in the comments in the last video and told them to what did I say? I didn't say get a life. I said get over yourself. This card, this deck, the Southern Oracle, I love this deck. There's a card here that says there's more than one way to skin a cat. Okay. This deck is made of, it's called the Southern Oracle because it is made up of sayings that are common in the South of the United States. I know there's people here from different countries, so I'm letting you know. In the South of the United States, these are like sayings that have been said for hundreds of years, right? Nobody in the United States eats cat meat. It's not a delicacy. Like, we don't eat it. It's illegal to eat cats in the United States. We don't, so I promise you, when I read a deck that's literally called the Southern Oracle and I read something that says there's more than one way to skin a cat, I'm not in any way promoting animal cruelty or condone animal cruelty. It's so ridiculous. And somebody commented down below saying, like, listen, I really encourage you to change your words and how you describe things. Or she was kind of basically telling me to get rid of that card because whenever I read the card and say there's more than one way to skin a cat, that it was triggering her and it was offending her because there's so much animal cruelty in the cat meat trade in Asia and all this stuff. And I'm just like, with all due respect, no. Really, guys? I'm sorry. I don't mean to gang up on one person, but like, that one stuck with me. I was just like, my jaw dropped. I'm like, you can't be serious. No, I don't condone animal cruelty. That is ridiculous. But I'm not, A has nothing to do with B here. Oh my God. So I was like, I'm sorry. I just went off on a tangent. Sweet tooth, hankering, temptation, ardor, intimacy, proposal, message of life, number 43. That one said bump on a log, and then I put it back. I don't know why. Hold on. There. This one actually flipped before too, and I just kept, oh, there it is. This is the card that was triggering. Guess it's time to pull it out again. There's more than one way. I guess I channeled it before it even came out. That's why I talked about it. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Like, really? You're triggered by that? It means breakthrough, solution, originality, receptivity, faith. Hankering, temptation, ardor, intimacy, proposal, message of love. Number 20, if the good Lord's willing, in the creek don't rise. treasured objective, purpose, determination, smooth sailing, and assistance. Exactly that. I feel like you are going to offer some kind of proposal. You're going to help lead someone or a group of people, whatever, to some kind of breakthrough, some kind of solution. You are the originality that every one of those sheep was hoping for or wished that they could be and couldn't for whatever reason. Okay? Because you see a treasured objective, you have purpose, you have determination, okay? And that speaks volumes. And just because of that passion, because of that determination, because you have a treasured objective means you have a goal, but you care about it. You're showing that you care about it. It means something to you. You're not doing this to get back at anybody. None of that. You're doing it because you have a purpose, because you care. Just that alone is going to lead people to have a breakthrough. It's going to lead people towards to receptivity. They have faith in you. They're going to want to assist you, okay? Because your energy was needed in this situation, okay? And you know what I'm saying about the sweet tooth, it's an interesting image, isn't it? It's hankering, temptation, ardor, intimacy, proposal, message of love, but it's a frickin' alligator. I don't particularly correlate to beautiful. I love this deck, by the way, so I'm not saying anything about your images. If you're watching, I love it. I love this deck. There is absolutely nothing kind and soft and gentle and loving and cuddly that, that comes to my mind when I look at an alligator, okay? No, what's coming to mind is the opposite. It's the possibility of getting eaten, okay? Bit, having my limbs removed, my animals, my dogs being in harm, I don't know if you guys ever see that video that went viral on social media of that awesome Florida man that had the cigar. He was like a vet, a 70-something-year-old vet, had a cigar in his mouth, went in Florida, into the water and got his little puppy. He opened the jaws of the alligator, got his puppy out. He never lost a cigar out of his mouth. That man is a legend. Did you see that? I don't know, it just came to mind. But so it's interesting because he has a candy cane, has a sweet tooth, but it's a let's say crocodile, alligator, crocodile, same thing, whatever. Get the point. Which means to me, it just confirms what I'm saying here about like the moon being exposed. What we said in the beginning, where things are just, we act one way, but it's really the other. Like you have a sweet tooth, you speak, you have messages of love, but you're acting like an alligator. But you're actually, that's really like at the core. The truth here is that you're an alligator. Even if you have a sweet tooth, even if you speak sweetly, you are an alligator. This is about the other person, okay? So therefore, you are addressing the fact that, hey, like this cat is like, wait, even the look in this cat's face is like, wait, the words that are coming out of your mouth sound really sweet, but you, my dear, are an alligator. So is anyone gonna point that out? Because if no one's gonna point that out, I'm gonna go, meow, I'm a cat here, I'm gonna point that out. You are an alligator, okay? And when I think of the saying, if the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, right? I think even though that's not what it says here, it's the saying of like God willing, right? Like, I leave it in the hands of God. I hope everything goes well. We're gonna go for it. Let's hope we make it. Right? But in a way, with that canoe there, it's like it's also giving me the energy of of smooth sailing, as in, like I said, all these sheep, all these people that notice have been seeing, you know, like if nobody rocks the boat, nobody rocks the boat, no one's cool. If nobody rocks the boat, nobody rocks the boat, nobody's going to tempt, this temptation, this alligator to open its jaws and bite this cat. So we're all just gonna stay still and be the hermit, not say anything, because if nobody triggers the alligator has no reason to open its jaws and eat this cat. And the divine's like, honey, we need you to actually get in the canoe and go pick up this cat. Save the cat. Do you understand what I'm saying? Save the cat. Get the cat out of the way in the first place. No, like, oh, let's not rock the boat. None of that. Okay, because having a sweet tooth does nothing when you have the teeth of an alligator and the instincts of an alligator. Okay? That's what I'm getting from that. That's what I got from that. God don't like ugly. Nastiness, clash, strife, resentment, argument, spite, grudge, and revenge. All right? This might... Either this person, again, listen, when you get the... And the reason that the good Lord is willing to help you. Of course this card is here. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. It's sweet as Georgia peach. Let that be a sign for someone, but I'm going to put it away. But I'm just letting you know. Okay? You know what? I'm going to take it out because it's a reason it's there. There's a reason it's there. I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Because sweet as a Georgia peach says. Because the sweet as a Georgia peach says, kindness, tender care, charm, beauty, flirtation, delicious experience. And here it says, God don't like ugly. Nastiness, clash, strife, resentment, argument, spite, grudge, revenge. It says God don't like ugly. So what do I get by this? It means that you will have assistance because the divine is helping you in the situation just because you're standing up for what's right. Just because you're addressing what needs to be addressed instead of just being okay with an alligator that has a freaking candy cane on its tooth. Because you actually want people to be sweet as a Georgia peach. You don't want people to have a sweet tooth. You want people to actually be sweet as a Georgia peach. There's a difference, you see. There's a difference between actually being kind, having tender care, having charm, having, being sweet versus sharing messages of love, having, being great on the outside, when in reality, you're the devil. And when in reality, you're keeping secrets, and there's a lot under the surface. There is a difference, and God don't like ugly. That's what's actually ugly. That's actually what's ugly. What's actually ugly is this alligator with a cane, with a sweet tooth, with this overindulgence. Okay? So therefore, God is going to assist you and make sure that creek don't rise. And trust me, everything's gonna go great. And if this is about a relationship, this is an omen, this person is gonna be able to change their behavior. And like I said, even if it takes some time, you are going to win in the end. Because you're gonna be the only person that has been able to wrestle a freaking alligator. As you should. As you should. And if you don't end up together, if you actually do end up having to walk away, it's a win-win situation. Because once your boundary is set, they have a chance to change and show up correctly, or you move on to something that will give you that respect. That's it. It's very simple. And again, don't fold. Remember, once you make the mistake, you can't engage in this and then become the sheep 3 months later. That's where you mess up. That's where God's like, ooh, I'm gonna punish you. I'm gonna give you some karma because I don't like ugly. And doing that is ugly. Because I'm not helping you, assisting you with the situation so that you can get lazy and say, no, actually I'm okay with the alligator. I don't want to lose the alligator. The alligator's not that bad. No, that's not the point. That's not what we're doing. Pull something from the after tarot. What can we expect? This is the after tarot, which is like, you know, what happens, confirms the, you know, what happens next here. Oh, I love it. Oh, I gotta hide this. Damn it. Do I have to put a sticker on it again? You know that YouTube has a problem with this card? It's the devil in the after tarot. I just keep it like this. The devil in the after tarot is great because this is the after tarot. What happens next? It's basically the same as the devil in reverse. It's you exposing the devil so that you can not be afraid of the devil anymore. You are setting the tone not only to fix a situation between you and this person or this, whatever this is, this entity, this energy. You are setting the tone, I told you, for the sheep to be able to do it too. Because there was some kind of fear here. That's why people were like illuminated, but afraid to come out of their shell. And you're doing it. You are the originality that was needed for there to be a solution for the greater good, whether of this person's spiritual journey, of their development, or, you know, how, because again, wherever there's devil energy, wherever there's deceit, lies, and these kind of patterns, it doesn't ever just affect one person. Ever. Not possible. Anything else? Judgment. You are bringing judgment to this situation. And truth, honey. Here's the Ace of Swords. Yes, and that's what's needed. You're getting these coffins out. You're getting these skeletons out of the closet. Cats out of the bag. Okay? You are determined with sharing the truth. And making the truth the priority. And ultimately, how will this benefit you? Hold on. Man. Woo. High Priestess. Spiritual upgrade on your journey. Okay, we're going back to square one. You know why? I'll tell you why we got the High Priestess. Because you are an empath, like we said. Okay? It will help you elevate from being just an empath that kept quiet or let things happen, but an empath that sees the truth, okay, and speaks on it. Because the High Priestess in the traditional tarot deck is known to keep quiet. She doesn't speak. She doesn't speak. That was literally the point of this whole entire reading, was about speaking. But she's here in the after tarot. And she's also next to the Ace of Swords and the Judgment, which means this is she who knows. She knows everything. She has the keys of the Book of Life in her hand. She has the knowledge. So she's not just the empath that keeps quiet. She knows a lot more than she lets on. That was a very big thing that came out in this reading. And I'm talking about you. You're that person. Like, you know a lot more than what you share. You know what happens when you're like that is that you have different groups of people. You have people that try to push you to try to see if that's true. Push their boundaries. You have the people that are just like you and real recognize real, so they know that about you and they respect it. They don't even have to tell you anything because they're the High Priestess too. You don't have to have a conversation about it, but they know, you know, they get it. There's the people that know you enough to like have a few conversations with you and be like, she knows a lot more than she talks about. And then there's the people that have the devil energy attached to them. Devil energy could also be the ego, right? We spoke about that. The devil could also signify the ego. There's the people that are so filled with ego that when they see somebody like you, okay, that knows more than they share, they underestimate you. They underestimate you because their ego is so big. They underestimate you. They confuse your silence for ignorance. They confuse your silence. They confuse your lack of reactivity, or they confuse your either lack of reactivity or your actual reactivity, because that could also manifest in that way, where like, because you're an empath, you get triggered, and because you got triggered or you got upset or you have emotions, they instantly think that you are not intelligent, right? Or that you know what I'm saying? Underestimating is what I'm looking for. Those are when you are the high priestess, you will encounter different people like that all around you. It's just the way of life. And unfortunately, when you are the high priestess, sometimes the divine, especially when there is an injustice, because whenever I see the justice card in a reading, and I've said this, if you are not new here, then you've heard me say this before on my channel. When I see the justice card as a reader, you don't have to interpret it that way. I, as a reader, interpret the justice card as in there was an injustice at some point, period. I cannot see the justice card without acknowledging that there was some sort of injustice at a given time, right? But when you are the high priestess, because you hold so much information within, you cannot see an injustice and not do something about it. You don't have to speak excessively about everything you know, but you will say enough to address that injustice and make sure it doesn't happen again, because you see the whole picture. You see 360, where some people only see directly. Some people have even chosen to put blinders on purpose. That's not you. So sometimes the high priestess has to come out in the after tarot, like you see her here, and take those again with the keys. The key came out here, the key is there again. Sometimes she has to come out here and take that key and say, I guess I'm gonna have to put this sword in the ground and speak some truth today. I guess I'm gonna have to call Archangel Michael or Gabriel, right? Yes, I think that's Gabriel. And have all these skeletons come out of the coffins and expose some things that I know, because I'm being underestimated. I know a lot more than they think I do, and I might even know more than them. So I'm going to share my perspective. I'm going to come through, see, when the high priestess speaks, because she doesn't speak often, she doesn't speak just to speak. She doesn't speak just to speak. She speaks, like what it says here, she speaks with objective, with purpose, with determination. And just by doing that, you get what you need. You get the respect that you're seeking, because, like I said, nothing here is saying to approach this from an from an emotional standpoint at all. I'm not saying that there are no emotions involved, but that's not going to benefit you. That's not going to, don't approach this like, oh my God, why are you doing this? Why is this happening? I'm so angry. No drama. You have to handle this like a high priestess. You have to handle this like the high priestess. The high priestess is not like, she knows everything. She knows so much, she doesn't like to speak. So when she actually takes it upon herself to actually have to speak, she speaks clear as day, so she is not misunderstood. Doesn't mean she doesn't have emotions, because imagine having all the information of the world. Of course, you're gonna have emotion. Of course, injustice is gonna bother you. Of course, you're gonna be annoyed. Of course. But she knows better than to explode. None of that. None of that. She knows exactly what to say to get to the point of what, of getting what she needs. That's a big win for you, because that's what's needed here. It's gonna bring a lot of change. Yup, I just picked this up. I picked this up, and it's the Tower card and the After Tarot, which means that what you say may trigger another, may bring some chaos temporarily. Again, be the high priestess. She's not bothered. Don't be bothered by anybody's reaction, anybody trying to gaslight you, any kind of triggering, none of that shit. Just say, I said what I said. The high priestess is very much so an I said what I said kind of energy. That's it. Because she has the book of life in her hand. She has no reason to doubt what she's saying. When I see the tower, it's a good card because through the tower, a change comes. Once that tower is destroyed, a new one has to be built. So that's what you're about to cause. You're about to cause some kind of chaos to create a better foundation. And ultimately, again, that's what's going to benefit you and benefit all parties here. I know that the moon did not just come out in the after tarot. Yes, it did. People have been burned in the past. I take everything that happens to my cards as an omen. There we go. Look, look, look. That moon card in this deck has been burned. Was burned by a candle way in the past. Look at that. Look at that. That moon has been burned in the past. People have been burned in the past because of these secrets, because of this behavior, because of what was under the veil, because of whatever this is about. You and other people. It affects a lot of people. Again, this is just a confirmation. The moon and the reverse, and the moon and the after tarot have similar meanings. It's being exposed. But in this deck, it's more powerful because in the after tarot, because number one, the omen of being burned in the past, and also, oh shoot, that's so crazy. Wasn't I talking about wolves in this reading? Wolves, look, go figure. There they are. They're the literal wolves. Literal wolves. Yeah. Confirmation. But she's there. She's walking confident. She's not cloaked anymore. Nothing. She's not hidden. She's not hidden. She's looking directly at the moon. She's looking directly at the secrecy, directly at the behavior, directly at it. And she is exposing it and confronting it confidently. You see the rays of the sun around that moon, right? That's eclipse energy. Isn't there an eclipse in April? This is very much so eclipse energy. There is an eclipse coming in April. Yeah, solar eclipse. Look at that. Yeah, that's what's happening. This is eclipse energy. Yes, no wonder this reading is getting so intense and it's been so long. You know, eclipse energy is not like a 10-minute reading kind of energy. No. Eclipses are, I always say this, the street cleaners of the universe. That's what eclipses do to our lives and the lives of everyone around us. Eclipses have a way, like the street cleaners. Like, you know, those big trucks that come around that have a little swivel thing, like, you know, it's coming through and whatever's on the ground is being swept out of the way, whether you like it or not, like, you know, pushed aside. We are not, I don't care. You lost your glasses, they fell, there's a street cleaner coming. Goodbye glasses, like they're gone. But basically what the eclipse energy does is that it forcefully, that is the word, forcefully backs you into a corner, whereas you cannot ignore what you need to deal with, whether you like it or not. Eclipse energy is here to bring things into our lives and take things out of our lives by force, whether you like it or not. It's things that, but it's not malicious. They are things that needed to be changed a very long time ago. They are things that you knew, that everyone knew. There were sheep around that knew needed to be removed, but nothing was being done about it. You were given the runaround. People were sweeping things under the table. Someone kept doing the same behavior, pushing your boundaries if it's a relationship or anybody, over and over again, no one taking responsibility for it. The divine, you know, when people behave like this, sometimes they're not unaware. This is not somebody that's unaware, honey. That's why I brought that up. The example with my daughter you think that she doesn't know? She's 10, I get it, she's a child. You think she doesn't know that she needs to wake up in the morning when the alarm goes off? And I'm there like, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And like 20 minutes have passed. You think she didn't know? No, it's the same behavior. This is someone that knows very well that what they're doing is not right, but they were still doing it. And they were still getting away with it. So the divine starts to show them lessons in their own personal life, saying, you know, I'm gonna give you a chance to make this right. I'm gonna give you a chance to make this right. And if you don't get the memo from the divine and eclipse time comes around, and we're already feeling the energy of the eclipse, okay, coming through. That's what we're feeling. The divine's gonna take you into a corner and say, I told you to change this and you didn't. So now I'm gonna put situations in your life to get this out, whether you like it or not. However this manifests. In this situation, you're involved. That doesn't mean though, the eclipse energy is also affecting you, because in the same way, the eclipse is pushing you to take a step forward from being the high priestess and speak and you know, and engage in that energy. In the same way though, eclipses also bring things into our life that we need for a new life, for clarity, for truth, for changes. Ultimately, sometimes eclipse energy comes through as a tower, like whether like ready or not, here I come kind of energy. But at the end of the day, it's for our benefit, and it's for the benefit of everybody. At the end of the day, there's no way, however you take it, whether it's a tower moment, it's a crisis, at the end of the day, what it is about eclipse energy is that all parties involved will be able to realize, I deserve this. This needed to happen. At one point or another, every party, including the party that you're approaching, every party will be able to say, you know, this needed to happen. If you wanted to not, with the eclipse energy, not one person will be able to say, this didn't need to happen. Everybody will be able to say, this needed to happen. Everybody. It's eclipse energy, baby. I'm gonna pull another one. Anything else? Whoa. Yeah, look, in the after tarot, the Seven of Cups in the traditional tarot is illusion, confusion. Exactly that. Fogged mirrors, somebody creating a lot of choices and making things, you know, distracting you. In the after tarot, that's what you're removing. We're like, we're not playing these games. We are not doing that. I know what I want. That's what I'm going after. I have an objective. That's what we're gonna talk about. That's what we're gonna talk about. Anything else? I can't show that card. That is a lover's card. Okay? I can't show that card because YouTube is offended by Adam and Eve and their bodysuit, their birthday suit rather. They're offended. But I think I'm afraid to even use the word demonetize, because last time, remember the video that I put and I had to put the stickers on the devil card, right? I mentioned in that reading, oh, I have to cover this because I have to demonetize. They might do that because of the image on this card, and I covered it. They flagged that video. They removed all the ads. So I had to put the stickers and I uploaded it again. Regardless, to test them, you can click review so that they can send it to another person so that they can manually check if it was appropriate or not, right? And they did. It took, I guess, when did I put that reading out? 2 days ago? It took 2 days for them to do. I think this morning they responded. And guess what? They unblocked it. So technically I can upload that. I can make that video, that reading public, and it would have it's the same reading, but without the stickers, which goes to show me if they accepted it, like, you know, there was nothing wrong. That means there was nothing wrong. The images actually weren't a problem. So why would they flag me in the first place? I think it's just because I even said the terminology. Yeah, that's where we're at here with YouTube. Meanwhile, I'm like scrolling and afraid of my daughter being on YouTube because there's corn with a P at the front instead of the C that literally pops up on my YouTube sometimes. Have you seen that? Like people, they shorts, and I was victim to it, and that's actually scary because I wouldn't want my daughter to be involved in that. I was like, what is this? It was like a woman, she was reading or something, and I'm like, maybe she's gonna say something into something I wanted, I wanted to see what it was. And then out of nowhere, for like a split second, she shows herself without clothes. That's the new thing now. We're like, so people can keep watching the short, and they can, if they pause in the right place, it'll be a still of them being undressed. But because it doesn't show for long enough, they don't flag it. Yeah, have you ever seen that? That scares the ish out of me, that that's what our kids are potentially being exposed to. So side note. All right, I think that's it. I think we're clear here. I think we're clear. Yeah. All right, love and light. Members, if you made it this far, I should have said this in the beginning. I love you if you're there. Thank you for supporting me no matter what. We're getting back to, I got some readings to upload there later on today. Love and light, you guys.